It's been such a long time since I've done one of these. I'm sorry guys, I'm back now, I promise. So, of course, it had to be something huge to get me out of bed and back in front of this camera shooting videos for you guys. And I guess as far as gaming is concerned, it doesn't get any bigger than an official GTA 6 announcement. It's here. The meme is over. Over in the GTA subreddit, people seem to be mourning the death of the meme. Now we actually know when it's coming, but you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. A couple of days ago, Jason Schreier, a gaming journalist with a long track record of getting these predictions right, who happens to hate me because a couple years ago he wrote a hit piece on the 3DS, and I tried to politely tell him that, hey, you know, actually there's still a decent amount of games out for the system. It's not dead just yet. The guy blocked me, but you know what? No hard feelings. Jason, you're still cool in my book. Anyway, Jason broke the news that Rockstar was getting ready to unveil a trailer as early as December, which marks the 25th anniversary of the company. And in fact, he was right yet again. Here's a message from Rockstar Games where they talk about the 25th anniversary of the company, and they also add that we're very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. And with that, the internet exploded. Now, obviously, this isn't the first bit of news we've gotten from GTA 6. Back in September, there was this widely publicized leak where we got to see dozens of pieces of footage from an early development build of the game. Of course, Rockstar pulled the Nintendo, lawyered up, and got all of those off the internet. It's surprisingly hard to find them. However, we did get a lot of insight from that leak. First of all, it seems like the protagonist this time is a couple, a Bonnie and Clyde sort of story where they're robbing places together and, you know, doing criminal stuff as a couple, I suppose. That sounded wordier than it had to be. It's two people committing crimes and I guess they're together. Apparently this next chapter in the GTA saga is going to take place in Vice City again, a setting we haven't seen in quite a while. So that's exciting. That's kind of what people expected. After all, GTA 4 goes back to Liberty City. GTA 5, of course, takes place in San Andreas. So it makes sense that we're now back to Vice City. GTA 5 is the second best-selling video game of all time. Apparently Minecraft is actually bigger. I was a little surprised by that. I guess all these little kids playing with what amounts to a virtual Lego set have a lot of pull in the gaming industry.
What you gonna do with all that F inside your jeans? I'm gonna make you script. Make you script! Oh!
I imagine GTA 6 will be the biggest thing ever, and notice I said biggest thing, not biggest game. Because even the budget for this thing is massive. According to rumors, it's somewhere between $1 and $2 billion. Like, I knew gaming has gotten way too expensive, right? Like, just like Hollywood, costs for creating these things have skyrocketed, and that is outrageous. Oh my god, I almost killed myself. They better sell a lot of units, because holy crap, I mean, they will. It's GTA. I have loved this series since the very first game, Grand Theft Auto, back in 1998. I played that on my dad's Pentium 133 computer. I actually just had a demo back in the day. The first GTA was released on, you know, these gaming mags that came with, like, you know, game demos. That version was pretty complete. Like, you could do a lot in the city. You only had a Liberty City. The first game was the only one that featured all 3 cities. Every game after that decided to focus on a specific city. The demo only allowed you to play in Liberty City, and it had a timer. I think you could only play for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then it kicked you out and urged you. There's a splash screen telling you to go and buy the game. I didn't have any money back then, so I'd never bought the game. And in fact, buying games back then was not as easy as it was in North America. There weren't a lot of stores that carry these things because they were expensive, right? So for ages, I played the demo and I had a lot of fun with it. It was my favorite game ever, and I played every game since. It's one of the few series where I can say that. I played every one, including the portable ports. I was fascinated by it, playing GTA on a portable, something that is now commonplace. Back then, when it came out on the Game Boy Color, first of all, GTA on a Nintendo console already seemed a little weird. Not for long, obviously, because we ended up getting a GTA that was exclusive for a Nintendo console. GTA Chinatown Wars for the DS way back in the day. It would eventually come out for the PSP as well, and that's the platform I played it the most in because the graphics were a little bit better. Now you can play it on your phone. I'm not sure if it's still available on the App Store because I haven't played it in a while, and when I do want to play it, I prefer playing on the PSP. I actually like that one quite a bit because it had a drug trade minigame that reminded me of a game that I used to play back in the 90s, Dope Wars. It was barely a game because it was about just like you click buttons to buy drugs where they're cheap, and then you go to other neighborhoods where they're more expensive, and then you sell them for a profit. So they incorporated that into the game, and honestly, it was more fun than the game itself. Once I unlocked that minigame, it became very hard to focus back on the actual missions because I just liked driving around, finding the places where they had the good deals on like weed or whatever, and then sell it where it's more expensive. That also made the car chases way more exciting because getting busted by the cops meant you lost your entire stash. So the game was like split up between like, okay, I'm gonna do some missions, but now I gotta go because I got a page about somebody selling cheap ecstasy somewhere, so I'm gonna buy it, but then I gotta go take it back home because after that I want to do some missions, and if I lose all of that, that's a lot of money. I love that. And I remember when GTA 5 was about to come out, I thought for sure I would have bet my car on the idea that that gameplay mechanic, that minigame was so much fun that they would have incorporated that into GTA 5. Sadly, GTA 5 did not feature that. And yes, I know that there are money-making minigames in GTA 5 and the online portion as well, right? You can own businesses, there's the drug trade as well, but it's not quite the same thing. In GTA Chinatown Wars, there was more about like you are just like, you're a small-time dealer basically, right? So you're buying it yourself and you're going to meet the guy in like a dark alley. Sometimes the guy is a cop, it's like a sting operation, and the moment you buy the drugs, they pull out their gun and their badge and they try to bust you and you have to run away. It's a different kind of mechanic. It's more like an arcade-like approach to it, and it's exactly like Dope Wars back in the day. GTA obviously inspired a lot of clones. For a while, there was such a thing as a GTA-like game. There's a whole industry, a cottage industry of GTA-like games. The ones that come to mind, Saints Row, of course, which was like, GTA was already like a bit of a parody, right? It was like an exaggerated version of reality. There's a lot of criticism about the American way, capitalism. The outlook was very cynical on everything. It made fun of like anything you can imagine. If you tune in to the radios, the talk radios in GTA, that became more apparent, right? Where was I going with that again? Okay, I'm back. Can you tell I'm riddled with ADHD? What I was gonna say is that Saints Row took what was already a parody and then cranked that up to an 11. So it's like a more ridiculous version, an even more exaggerated version of GTA. And I actually kind of like Saints Row. I got the Switch version, both of them, in fact, and they're kind of fun. It's like, how do I say it? It's like Kmart GTA, you know what I mean? It's like the GoBots to GTA's Transformers. So it's like, it's fun, but only because, and this is what every reviewer said at the time, because there's no GTA for the Switch. That's why it made sense to get those, right? And ever since I've been hooked on playing GTA 5 through Game Pass now that I'm living in this nomadic lifestyle, having a console, like an actual, like, you know, sit down and play console, doesn't really suit my lifestyle, but I can always play Game Pass, and GTA 5 is on it, which rendered Saints Row on my Switch completely useless. Out of the GTA clones, Saints Row wasn't even my favorite, though you can hit somebody with a dildo or jump in front of cars for insurance fraud. That's kind of fun. That wasn't my favorite though. True Crime Streets of LA was actually my favorite GTA clone. The True Crime series unfortunately kind of died out. I remember hearing about how after True Crime Streets of LA, the first one, and True Crime Streets of New York, the sequel with Snoop Dogg in the role of the main character, there was another one, I think it was going to be True Crime Streets of Hong Kong, and along the way it just kind of became Sleeping Dogs.
You look like you could use a pork bun.
It was, right? I'm not wrong. Pretty sure. Yep. I had to double check here because I don't want you guys smart asses to come in the comments calling me a f***ing liar. Right here. Sleeping Dogs development began in 2008. That's when GTA 4 came out. The game was announced in 2009 as part of the True Crime series, but it was canceled by Activision Blizzard. Have they ever done anything right? God damn it. Yeah, I mean, it became Sleeping Dogs, so in a way, you still got the game. Point is, GTA is perhaps the biggest name in gaming. This is going to be the biggest launch ever. It's going to force me, effectively, to buy a new console because I got to play it. I played from the very first one. I played every single GTA you can think of. The VR version of GTA San Andreas, which was announced by Meta a few years now, I think. No news on that. That was the GTA I was most excited for. I guess I'll have to wait forever. But at least I'll have GTA 6 to console me. Gotta start saving money to buy that PS5 or Xbox One X. I guess that's the one, right? It's a confusing name scheme. Anyway, I'm very excited, and I assume you are as well. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this. Are you ready for GTA? Are you replaying GTA 5 like me? I think I might have restarted GTA 5 like 10 times. Again, riddled with ADHD. I forget what I was doing in the game, and it seems easier to just start over from scratch. How do you feel about the new game? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited? Of course you're excited. This is like a rhetorical question. Everybody loves GTA. Who doesn't? You know what? I want to hear from the people who don't like GTA. That's what I want to hear. What's wrong with you? Anyway, I gotta go back to work, and by that I mean I think I'm gonna go to the pool. It's great to be back, and I am back for realsies this time, I promise. That's it, guys. I'm Izzy, and I'm done.